Good evening, everyone. For the first time on our channel, Alizee Defan, please welcome the Queen of Metal Extreme, Morgehenna from the USA. How long have you been playing the guitar?
So I started with guitar when I was a teenager. I was going through a really hard time in my life, struggling with my mental health, and I decided that since music was the only thing that kept me going, kept me waking up in the morning, I decided that I wanted to be more than just a fan. I wanted to be able to use this as an outlet to express myself creatively. I did play bass for a little while. I also played keys, and then eventually I found my true love, which is guitar.
What is your star sign, Morgehenna?
My sign, I am an Aries, and I'm not really big on astrology, but fire and ram's horns and all that badass stuff I'm totally down with.
How long have you been playing the guitar?
I have been playing guitar for about 9 years now.
What is your favorite style of music?
So my favorite style of music to play, my favorite genre, I would have to say is definitely metal. I do like other things. I'm really a rocker at heart, so I love classic rock. I also love jazz, I love funk and classical. I really do love a little bit of everything, but extreme metal just seems to have my heart.
What are some of your biggest influences?
So some of my biggest influences musically, I would say, are Buckethead. I really like Randy Rhoads. He's one of my favorite guitarists. Joe Satriani. I love Terrence Hobbs. I love Courtney Love. I love all the girls from the Runaways, specifically Lita Ford. There's so many artists that I could say. Chuck Schuldiner. You know, I've been influenced by a lot of different people.
What are some of your favorite bands?
So favorite bands, this is always a fun one. My favorite bands are, I have quite a few and they're all over the place. So I really like Kurtopsy, I really like Deeds of Flesh, Sly and the Family Stone I listen to a lot, Steely Dan I listen to all the time, Buckethead, Cold World, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Dying Fetus. I mean, it's kind of just all over the place for me, and I like it that way.
Do you play any other instruments?
So I do dabble in keys still, since it's the instrument that I kind of started with. I can play bass. I can play pretty much anything with strings, except maybe a harp, because I've never tried. Oh wait, no, that's a lie. I'm horrible at violin too. I can play almost anything with strings if you give me enough time with it.
Do you sing or write your own music?
So I used to sing, obviously because when I started I was a singer-songwriter. I was more focused on singing then. I don't really sing as much anymore these days. Now I do a lot of growling. So just extreme metal vocals. Some people call it screaming, fry vocals, whatever you want to call it. I do a lot of harsh vocals, and I do write lyrics for the vocals that I do. Some of my lyrical inspirations are Cannibal Corpse. I really like Jim Morrison as well. He's someone that I have looked up to my whole life. I have every single book he's ever written. And I really like Charles Bukowski.
Did you take professional guitar lessons or are you self-taught?
I am a self-taught musician.
What are your dreams, goals, and aspirations going forward?
As far as my goals, I definitely want to play some international festivals with my bands. I would love to do some overseas stuff, and hopefully in a year or so I'd like to own my own house, do a lot of traveling, leave the country a few times. Yeah. I said travel at least like 3 times in that sentence, so obviously traveling's a big one for me.
Where are you from? Have you always lived there?
So I was born in South Florida, and that's where I am currently. I have lived in other places. I lived in Georgia as a child for maybe 2 years. I lived in LA for a year, California, and I lived in Flagstaff, Arizona for 2 years as well. But Florida's like a black hole. It keeps sucking me back in.
Do you collab with anyone or have you been in any bands?
I have been in a few bands. Right now my main project is Poon Tickler. It's a grindcore band, and the themes are sex, gore, and grindcore. I also have played with pop artists. I've played as a session musician. I mean, I've kind of played in every scenario you can think of except maybe a jam band, but I love playing with other musicians. I think it's extremely rewarding to have feedback, especially when you're playing with like-minded individuals or individuals who are into music that is totally different than what you like, because they can offer something so unique to your sound.
Do you see yourself playing music as a career?
Absolutely. I would love to play music full time. And, you know, since I play such a niche genre, extreme metal is not super popular. You know, I'll probably always have some other side hustle or something else that I do for money. But I don't want to play any type of music that I'm not passionate about. I do want to live comfortably. And it's just sort of about finding that balance between wanting a stable and comfortable life, but also doing what I love.
What do you like best about guitar?
My favorite thing about guitar is just practicing by myself, that meditative state that you get into when you're not doing anything other than just playing music. It's just the best feeling in the world. It's indescribable. And, you know, even though I may be playing songs about brutality, it's still a very zen thing for me. It's very relaxing, and it helps me collect my thoughts and collect myself without having to overthink.
What are some of your interests and hobbies?
I have a lot of interests. So I really like to exercise. I like to get tossed around by waves at the beach, and I like roller skating, weightlifting. I have a lot of interests. Obviously music is like kind of my main thing, but I really like weightlifting as well. I like to go roller skating. It's a lot of fun. Any type of exercise or anything that's active.
Tell us about your recent travels and live appearances.
As far as recent live appearances, my band Poon Tickler just played in Miami with a few European touring acts, and then before that I played with my band Crypt Keeper with also some bands from Europe, Dark Funeral, Cataclysm, and yeah, it's just been a fun time. I've been really enjoying playing live and I can't wait to get back out there.
Morgehenna, thank you for taking the time to do this interview. We really like what you do.
Thank you for having me and doing this interview, and thank you to all of those of you who are watching and supporting this channel. Please give this video a thumbs up and go watch some other guitarist videos.